I am Jeanne Shenkman, Henry's wife. Since I don't speak extemporaneously very well, with your understanding, I will read the script I prepared. When Henry and I got together 15 years ago, I knew that I was getting involved with a man who had health issues. He was in the first stage of the MPD diseases with too much blood. The only problems at that time were his reactions to the chemotherapy that was killing off his blood-making cells. This lasted for 2 years, and then all seemed normal for about 8 years. We didn't think much about his bone cells and lived fully. We traveled, had a good social life, trailer camped, and did nature stuff all over the world. About 4 years ago, he started slowing down, and his primary doctor, Jeff Gordon, said he was showing signs of anemia. Then 2 years ago, he had a sudden fatigue event where he was chilled, weak, and disoriented. Dr. Gordon sent us back to the hematologist, who did not see us for a month and a half. We both remembered his telling us that polycythemia vera and thrombocythemia would not kill him, but there was a possibility he could move into AML, a fatal, fast-acting cancer. We looked up his symptoms. It sure looked like that was where we were. Once we met with the hematologist, he chided us for overreacting and said Henry now had myelofibrosis. This is a wasting disease with severe anemia and nasty symptoms. He told us Henry was too healthy for treatment. He was a mess, and I had to do everything. Up until recently, there was little or no hope for a quality of life with this disease. My life really changed during this time. My husband was always an energetic and competent person, and now he was in a weakened state, where he couldn't cook, drive, or be intimate with me. I now did everything for the two of us. His night sweats meant linen changes. His chilling made us keep the house hot. His lack of mental focus made it difficult to communicate, and his disposition changed from being a sweet and tender guy to being a grumpy old man. I was fatigued, worried, and started having hives as a reaction to stress. We needed our friends and family to give us support. That helped. There were several times when I was driving and he was having a sudden fatigue event, so that I feared for our safety because of the possibility of an accident. All in all, this was a period where it took all of our joint efforts just to get by. Thankfully, we found a clinical trial for a new drug to treat the disease. We got the medication, support, and other treatments so that we are now living a better quality of life. My most important concern about what was and is happening is pacing our lives to fit Henry's energy levels. He no longer has many of the symptoms. He calls himself a vampire because he is on a transfusion cycle where other people's blood keeps him going and is the source of his energy. I monitor him as he still is like a Labrador puppy when he is socially involved. He does not know when to quit. I go with him to all of his treatments and consultations so that we can make sure we know what to do. He has resumed cooking, shopping, and some driving. We can enjoy each other again when his blood numbers are high. It is wonderful that the treatments have given my man back to me. I know that I am needed. By nature, I am not a caretaker, but my labor of love gives me satisfaction. I knew going into my life with Henry that health would be an issue. Our community of family, friends, and medical team has kept me going so that now we are successfully coping with myelofibrosis.